The Lady of the House School. I was 15 years old when my mother died in a car crash. I, my 7-year-old sister Martha, and Dad cried till our eyes were dry. The lump in my throat was so big, I struggled to breathe. I was surprised I didn't suffocate. Right, I can't go without introducing myself all day. I'm Madeline, or Maddie for short. Things went horribly wrong. Us girls got allergic to cars and suffered from terrible nightmares. Dad was getting busier and busier. It was a few days later. "Maddie," Dad suddenly said, "I am getting too busy. I have to send you to a school where they train ladies of the house. It's a boarding school." I was horrified. I have never been away from my family for a whole term. "But," I cried, "you'll be busier when I'll call a nanny, but we can't have her forever," he explained. "But Martha," Dad suddenly became fierce. "Madeline," he hissed, "it's for Martha's own good." I had no more buts to say. I packed my suitcase, putting my joke-book inside. Did I tell you I love funny stuff? Anyway, it's time to go. I held back tears and told my sister one last joke. "What did the monster put on his bread? Traffic jam! Ha!" and hopped onto the train. I came to the school in another town. There, I noticed that the students were all at least 17 years old, wore fancy dresses, and had no less than 3 trunks. They stopped their chatter when the school's lady principal came. The principal was a bony and strict woman. She gasped at the sight of me. "Oh dear, the young maiden has the clothing of a maid. Her suitcase doesn't have a single decent dress." The other girl sniggered. "Now, Madeline Pine, aren't you? I'll send a maid to find a dress for you. Girls, each maid has a list of names. Find your name to find the room you'll be staying in." I looked around to find that I'm assigned to the Bluebell room. I, along with 3 other girls, were led by the maid to the Bluebell room. I gaped. The 4 beds, blankets, dressers, wallpaper, everything was a different shade of blue. A magenta dress was sitting on my bed. I put on my dress. Then the principal came and told the maids to take all my inappropriate clothing, which was all my clothes. She took my joke-book too. "Why, how can a maiden read this? Now, please go to attend manners class." We learned the right way to curtsy in manners class. I wobbled and my knees creaked. The other girls did well. Then, on sewing class, we learned sewing blankets together. I got my blankets into a muddle. The other girls got A's. Then it was cooking class. Cooking teacher said, "Since some of you may have only 2 maids or less." "2 maids? I don't have 1. "You need to be able to cook a little. Today we'll make trifles, which you'll be having for tea." We made our trifles from scratch. At tea time, the others whispered upon themselves about my pastry. Again, I wondered if they have attended to cooking classes before. Why, those were as beautiful as cooking teachers. It was annoying how mealtime doubled as manners class. Dinner was meatball spaghetti, my favorite. But manners teacher kept talking and talking about how to eat properly. It took all my willpower not to dig into that delicious food. At night time, Everyone used their lamp as a nightlight. I couldn't sleep and decided to write to Dad. I fell asleep on my letter while wishing Dad would take me home. Dear Dad, I don't think this school is what you think it is. I can list all the things we do in here. The girls are all fancy. Early the next morning, I finished my letter and walked towards the post office. But the guard wouldn't let me pass the school gate. Letter posting day is Wednesday, he told me. Students are strictly forbidden from leaving themselves. Huh? There's no next page. Don't panic. The rest of the book is in The Lady of the House School too. Come to my channel to watch the rest and other great videos.